Greetings, friends and future friends. This video I call Studio Shop Videos. Now, if you're like me, and you don't have a lot of money to pay somebody to come in and fix and repair things in your studio, you got to do it yourself. So I'm going to show you how you can fix and repair and adjust things in your studio. That way you can get back to work creating, whether it be videos or music or whatever you're a creator of. So let's go see if we can find something to fix. Now today we're going to put the reflectors on the back of the FrankenStein guitar build. And we're going to use this little replica right here to set up the areas where we're going to put the reflectors. I checked online and this little model replica is really accurate. So this is what we're going to use. And we're going to set it right here to make sure we put the reflectors where they need to be. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to set up the reflectors. Now, when we look at these reflectors, you can see they had a self-adhesive backing, but it only goes to the outside of the reflector. So if we decide to play this guitar, that little bit of adhesive probably won't hold these reflectors on good. So we've come up with a different idea to where we've taken a felt backing piece that you can buy for furniture, felt backing piece, and we stuck it inside the reflector. Now that whole surface area of the reflector is being held in place. Then all we're going to do is put a little dab of hot glue on here and stick it in place. So now let's lay out these reflectors. First, we're going to put a red one right there. Then we put a yellow one right off this area in here. And let's see, it looks pretty close. Right off in there. Then we put a red one up in here, a yellow one right about there, and another red one down here, and then another red one. We'll find it where we put it. We have it sitting here. And the other red one goes somewhere in here. So let's take a look at this. Okay, there's a big space here between that one and that one. And this one's kind of up in there. And this one goes up there right like that. And this one's kind of in the middle. That one fits right in there. And that kind of looks like it. Stretch this one down a little bit and push this one up a little more. And I think we put them over there like that. That pretty much looks just like the reflectors on the screen. I think this yellow one needs to go over a little bit more like to there. These reflectors are actually bigger. These are the reflectors that were actually on Eddie's guitar, or the same make. But the reflectors, I think, on the scale replica are a little different. Okay, so I think what we can do is start gluing them down. All right, our glue gun's ready. Let's start gluing them down. Put a little dab of hot glue on it. And there we go. There's the first reflector, all ready to go. The next one. Yeah, I can already feel that these are going to be on here for a while. And again, let's look at this again. That one goes up there almost as far as it can go. So we're going to glue that one down first. Put some hot glue on that. Yeah, these are going to stay on a lot better. That adhesive, oh man, these things, once they dry up, they're going to cool down. They're going to be, and that was right on the edge, so we'll put that right in there. Put a dab of glue on that. And push that down tight. Make sure all these are down as tight as we can get them. Yeah, they're not moving at all. And if they do move a little bit, they're moving inside that felt that's glued to it. So there we go. Now this one was up above. Matter of fact, that's about right where it's got to be. So I'll put a dab of glue on the guitar. That way we know it's center. And push down hard. All right. That's good. And then this one fits right on the rim, right in here like that. And that's looking good. Put a little glue on this thing. Get it lined up with there and there. So it fits inside, and push down hard. And now we have all the reflectors put in place on the back of the FrankenStein guitar, the round ones. Now we're going to have to put the rectangular ones in. All right, now we're going to put the rectangular ones in. And it should be in like about like that. And like this, right here like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this a little different. We're going to put a little dab of hot glue on the ends of this. And on the end of this. And then once we place it in place, it should be right on the money. Hold it in place. Looks good. What we did is we put some glue here and glue here. And the other thing too, with that self-adhesive being gone, the reflectors sit closer to the body of the guitar. So that's real good. Now again, we're going to put some, what we're going to do here is put some glue on the tip of this and on the tip of that right there. And with the self-adhesive, they sit lower too. So let's get started here. Put a dab of glue on this right there. Dab of glue of hot glue on this right here. And it's got to be about right. Looking good. So now we have all the reflectors in place on the FrankenStein build. So now that we have the reflectors all installed and glued to the back of the guitar, what we want to do now is take some 320 emery cloth and just kind of rough up the edges a little bit because they look all brand new. Kind of just give a couple scratches in there. The ends I want to get really good on these reflectors to make them look a little like they've been hidden here for a while. Especially these guys down here, they're really get that edges. The edges what really would show signs of wear. Get a little more on here. And that really, I can see it. You might not be able to see it in the camera as well, but it really shows up on here a little bit. Even the letters of the reflectors shine a little bit. Some random scratches in there. Get the edges real good. And then kind of a little couple of scratches. We'll be playing it. We're going to make it look like we have 20 years of playing on this thing. Oh my goodness, yes. Just a little bit of, a couple scratches here and there. The 320 does really nice. Down here we're going to put a little bit extra wear because probably be sitting on. Okay. That really looks nice. They're scratched up a little bit, but not too bad to look like. This would probably have some more scratches. These scratches probably go vertical too. And oh my goodness, that just looks so good. Get some of the glue threads out of there. And they are really on there. I'm glad I did it this way. They are on there really, really good. But being these round ones have felt behind them, they're lying closer to the guitar, which will make it easier to play. And the felt's giving a little bit. These guys are all glued down really good. All right, it's off to the next part of this project. So the last part of this project is right here. What we have to do is put in that strip of self-adhesive tape that held his Pics in place. So let's get started on that. So first we're going to get the self-adhesive tape, and I think I can see where somebody had it on this old guitar, and run a piece about that big. Make it right like that. And then what we're going to do is cut it right about, I think right before that pick guard is where we need to cut it. Perfect. So now we have the adhesive put in place, and we can pull back the paper backing. We can get a grip on it. There we go. Okay. Now all we have to do is put the Pics on. And I think I've got a whole bunch of Pics. Bought some Pics here. And let's open them up. And let's see what we got here. So we're going to put these Pics on there. And we're going to put them this side down. So we go, boing, that one goes. I wonder if I can cover them up like that. That works. I don't like that. I think what we have to do is put them like this and just let the white show a little bit, I guess. There goes that one right there. Another one right here. Another one. And another one. I just don't like the way that looks. We're going to have to do something different here. I don't like the way that lays on that white. So let's try this again. So what I did is I cut that strip in half. And now I think these Pics fit on there better. Oh, they look much better. Instead of that big white thing underneath them. And we just put the pick here. And the white actually looks like part of the guitar. There's not a lot of it showing. And another one right here. And what we'll do is pull this back a little bit and cut it off. Cut that little bit off. And put the pick right there on the edge. Oh, that looks great. So now we have the FrankenStein Pics sitting on here. And they're right there. And that little white, with it being narrower, actually lets a little bit of that black stripe through. So there you have it. We've got this project all finished up. So there you have it. The FrankenStein guitar project all finished. The reflectors on the back. The new tremolo bar put in. The switch, the pickup, the Pics. Everything is looking good for the FrankenStein guitar. So I hope this video showed you that you can fix and repair these things yourself. That way you don't have to have someone else come in and do it. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. You help us grow the channel. That way we can fix more stuff. So take care, my friends, and thanks for watching.